Hi there, my name is Armando Perez Martinez, and in this explaining video I'm going to explain something about comparatives and superlatives, which is regarding the first unit, and this video is for second semester students of Telebachillerato Texhuacán de los Reyes. Let's have a look at comparatives first. Before explaining the grammar, I would like to tell you that recently I've been deciding if buying a cat or a dog. I have got a family, so I think that it is important to have a pet in the family. But I don't know if I'm going to buy a cat or a dog. Well, I think that I have got the answer. I'm going to buy a cat because of several reasons. One of the reasons is that cats are more immune than dogs. You know, if you have got lack of time, you can spend much time on taking your pet to the vets. Cats don't usually get sick, so this is going to save you time. Another important reason is that cats are cleaner than dogs. So again, if you have got lack of time, this is going to help you. This is going to save you time because you don't need to wash the pet. The cats clean themselves, so this saves you time. Cats are more agile than dogs. This is an important reason if you have got a mouse which is in your house eating your food at night. Cats would be a better option than dogs because cats are more agile than dogs. This is another fact which is interesting. Cats are smarter than dogs. This is just a fact that I read on an article. I read that cats can retain its memory up to 16 hours. On the opposite side, dogs can retain its memory just up to 5 minutes. So I think that cats are more important than dogs. But there must be a person to whom dogs are more important than cats. I don't know, a person who lives alone, for example. A person who lives alone needs love, so he should buy a dog, because dogs are lovelier than cats. You know, dogs love physical contact, but cats always run away. What am I doing here? I'm comparing two things. Well, in this case, I'm just comparing two animals, but it could be two animals, to objects, to things, to persons. We use comparatives to compare just two things. That is the use of comparatives. And there are two basic structures for doing that. The first one is more. The first one is this. We're going to use more plus an adjective plus than. And the other basic structure is this one. This is an adjective and we add er to the adjective, and after this we are going to write than. These are the two structures for making comparatives. So the question is, when are we going to use this one and when are we going to use this one? Well, this is the answer. As you can see here, we have a list of adjectives, and here we have a list of adjectives. If we are good observers, you could notice that in this list we have got one syllable adjectives, and in this other list we have got three or more syllable adjectives. So there is a difference. We use we use the ending er with one syllable adjectives. For example, clean, cleaner, dark, darker, soft, softer, and so on. And whenever we have three or more syllable adjectives, we are going to use more before the adjective to make the comparative adjective. It is important to notice that whenever we have this kind of adjective, one syllable adjective, but this has got a particular characteristic. This has got the E in the end, so we just have to add the letter R. It is not necessary to ER because we already have the E at the end. And in this case, whenever we have this kind of word, consonant, vowel, consonant, we are going to duplicate the last letter and we are going to get something like this. For example, big, bigger. As you can see here, we duplicated this letter because of this structure. And you might be wondering, what about two-syllable adjectives? Because here we have one-syllable adjective and here we have three or more syllable adjectives. For example, beautiful, beautiful, 3 syllables. So we have to use more beautiful. And here, 1 syllable. Okay, so it is very easy. Whenever you have 1 syllable adjective, you are going to add to the adjective this ending. And whenever you have 3 or more syllable adjectives, you are going to add more before this adjective. It is easy to identify that rule, but two-syllable adjectives can either take the form or ER, or you can use this formula. We are talking about two-syllable adjectives here, so as you can notice here, you're going to use ER or more depending on the number of the syllables. Whenever you have two-syllable adjectives, you can either take this ending or more. How do I know if I have to use this one? If I have to use this one or this one? There are several rules to follow. One of them is that whenever we have this kind of adjective, the one that ends in Y, and before this Y there is a consonant, we are going to omit the Y and we are going to add IER. For example, funny, funnier, tiny, tinier. As you could see, we omitted this letter and we switched it for IER. This is one rule of many that exist. And in this case, for the two-syllable adjectives, we're going to use this structure more with the endings ed, ing, full, and less, mostly. So, for example, if I have got worried, I'm going to use more worried. If I have got boring, I'm going to use more boring. Careful, more careful. Useless, more useless. There are some other adjectives that can take either one or the other form. For example, polite. We can write politer or more polite. Or this other example, simple. We can take either simple, simpler, or more simple. It depends on you. The meaning is the same. The only thing that changes is the structure. It is also important to notice that than is not that. We always use than to compare two things. We always use than in comparatives. That is another word. I mention this because this is a common mistake in students. Some students use this word, but this is not the one that we are going to use in comparatives. For example, in this comparison, here I am using than in all the examples. Than. Cats are cleaner than dogs. Cats are more agile than dogs. Cats are smarter than dogs. This is important, so you have to take note of this. In here, I'm going to make this exercise for you according to what I have already explained. I'm gonna compare these two people according to these adjectives. Who's faster, who's funnier, who's younger, who's more popular? Well, let's write about those. Who's faster? Well, I think that, it is obvious that Mbappé is faster than Jim Carrey. What about who's the funniest? Who's the funnier? So Jim Carrey is funnier than Mbappé. And who's younger? Well, obviously Mbappé is younger than Jim Carrey. And lastly, I'm gonna say that, I think that Jim Carrey is more popular than Mbappé. Here I am using the structure er plus than because this is one syllable adjective, and as you remember, here I switched the y for IER to make this comparative adjective. And don't forget to use this word. And here is the same case as the first one. This is one syllable adjective, so we just have to add er at the end of the word, plus than. And this is three syllable adjective, so I have to use more before the adjective, and after the adjective I have to use than. This is a little exercise. Well, this is your homework. In this exercise, which person is more tired? Well, it seems that person B is more tired than person A. This is the sentence. Person B is more tired than person A. I think that because this person is more tired than this one, because this is already this has fallen asleep and this one is still awake. So I think that this one is more tired than this one. So the question is, why am I using more instead of the ending er here in this example? You'll have to give me your answer by sending it to my WhatsApp or by commenting on the Classroom app. And this is everything for this first part of the lessons. On part number 2, we are going to have a look at superlatives.